Everyone, my name is Bilikis and I was just sewing a princess dart top and I decided to show you how to fix an invisible zipper. I already fixed one side, and as you know, invisible zipper should be very close to the zipper, to the edge of the zipper. One thing you have to note when making an invisible zipper is that the right side of the invisible zipper, that is when you zip up, can you see here? So this is the right side and this is the wrong side on an invisible zipper. So this right side should be facing the right side of your fabric, because by the time you zip it up, it shouldn't be showing. So again, I will stress that the right side of your zipper should be facing the right side of your fabric. And I will advise you to already mark your zip allowance. If it is 3/4 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, make sure you mark it with your tailor's chalk. After doing that, then you go down. Like now, I've not hemmed my top. So you have to note where your hemming allowance starts and stop. So like now, I want 1 inch hemming allowance. So and measuring that, so all I have to do is take my tape measure, and this is where it is. So when I'm folding my hemming allowance, it will be like this. So it will be something like this. So that is where you should start fixing your invisible zipper. So this is the edge where my zipper will stop. So this edge will be at the start of this hemming allowance. So all you do is to pin it down. Remember, the right side of your invisible zipper facing the right side of your fabric, and then you pin it all down. Can you see? So I pin it all down to where I want my zipper to stop. So for instance, this particular one stops here. Can you see that? So definitely it will be stopping here also. So now, to make it easier for you, if you have an invisible zipper foot, fine. If you don't have, it's no problem. So all you have to do is, first you start sewing here at this edge. Forget about this. First you start sewing at this edge all through. So this helps to make the invisible zipper be in place. So after doing that, then you can now sew very close to the zipper. It will be easier for you because you have already locked it down with a straight stitch here. So now I will take it to the sewing machine to show you how to do that. So now I will put it under my foot. If you have a zipper foot, no problem, but if you don't have, no problem. So all I'll do now is just to stitch a straight stitch. Don't bother about the zipper first. So I'll put my foot down and then start sewing. Can you see that? I will just sew straight down. So you keep doing this till where the zipper will stop. So this is where I want the zipper to stop. So this is where I will stop the straight stitch. You can just back stitch a little. So now I will show you what it looks like. Let me cut the thread. So now look at it. So you can remove all the pins. So looking at it, can you see? This is how it looks. So now we will now take it back to the sewing machine, and then we will now start sewing very close to this place. So you use your hand to open it up. So if you don't have, can you see, even if you don't have a zipper foot, is no problem. So you keep opening it and then you keep sewing so close to the zipper. Can you see? It's so easy. So this already in place, it will help the zipper from not moving around. So let me show you on the sewing machine. So now first I will put my needle in it and then put down the foot. So now I will now start sewing, opening up this so as to be so close to it. So I'll just back stitch a little and then keep going. Keep opening it up. Can you see that? So any normal foot will do this, because we already have this part in place. Can you see that? And you keep doing that to where the zipper stops. So now this is where I will stop the zip. So here I'll just back stitch and then we are done. So now I've turned it to the right side. Can you see? So now before joining this place, I'll just zip it off for you to see how it looks. Can you see that? Can you see the invisible zipper is hardly showing on the fabric? So this is how an invisible zipper should look like. It should be closed up. So now the next thing is to turn back to the wrong side to sew this place up. So now this is back on the wrong side and this is how it looks on the wrong side. Can you see? It's so neat and it is not shifted. So now whatever seam allowance you took for your zipper, that is the same thing you will take for your remaining seam allowance. So all you have to do now is to bring this forward, then you can use your pin. You can pin it down. It is easier that way. So this is where it stops. So this is my seam allowance. So I'll now take it to the sewing machine to sew right from here where the invisible zipper, where you stopped with your thread and needle. So then you sew it down to match up with the edge of the top. So now having put my top under the needle, so all I have to do is that move this forward, and this is where I want to start from. So that is where I will place the needle. Then I will put the foot down and then I will move forward and also back stitch. After doing that, then I will sew the seam allowance. I will advise you to mark it with your chalk. If it is not easy for you, then I will keep sewing. Don't forget to remove your pins. Can you see that? I will remove the last pin and you see everything matches up. And then do not forget to back stitch and then we are done. I will cut the thread and show you. So now can you see on the wrong side, this is how it looks. Can you see it matches up with the zipper? Then now I will turn to the right side for you to see. On the right side, after turning it, can you see everything matches up? So an invisible zipper shouldn't really be showing. So this is how to fix an invisible zipper. So then you just hem your lower part this way. After hemming it, so this is what you have. So it ends at the hemming allowance. So I hope the tutorial on how to make an invisible zipper has been helpful. Thank you. So now having fixed the invisible zipper and you see how lovely it is. So what I'll do now is to hem the lower part. Remember we already marked where the hemming allowance will start. So after hemming it, I will give it a good press and then show you how it looks.